starting it out with 4 of us on. Usually I'll start up by myself, you guys, but my name is B. Paxton with Destiny Paintball, bringing you Destiny Paintball, the DestiNation Paintball podcast show. We're on episode 9 now, you guys, and really grateful that you guys were all able to join me. We do this because we just want to bring the news about everything that's happening in our paintball community, especially with the people that helped me get started, like Miss Tami Adamson that's inside of our room right now. Hi, Tami.
Hi.
Hi. So Tami, listen, like Tami and I started to know each other. We knew of each other in middle school. And I had a big crush on Mark Mandrick. And you know who I'm talking about. And he was so adorable. He was total rock star. And I think you dated him. And then in high school, we knew of each other still, but we didn't really get acquainted and really build a friendship until after I got to, I think I was at UF. And then we were trying out for a baseball team, a cheerleading team, right? Okay.
Yes.
We'll get to that here in a minute, but I also want to welcome Miss Monica Lopez. She has been a part of my life, gosh, many, many decades now, it feels like. But she came to Destiny in, what year was that, Monica? 2007?
I probably around that time.
2007, 2008. And then Jackie Lon, you came in after that, right? Because Monica was at the tryouts and stuff. So we've got alumni / current members here too. And then also I want to give a shout out to Bunkered Media, Max, for being my producer. I appreciate you, sir. So he's in the background right now, but shout out to him because he made that 30-second countdown. So thank you, Max. And then Miss Lin Truong is here with us. Hey, Lynn.
Hello.
Hey. And so Jackie, Lon, Lynn, and Monica have all played on Destiny, but Tami has not. and her excuse is because she doesn't like the color purple.
I hate the color purple. I really do. I do. I loathe it.
Wait, we did do a Destiny Femmes thing at Cancun.
Yes.
Is it Cancun? Yeah,
Yes.
that was some Bologna. Like, honestly, they just were pulling Mike Paxton out of the corner every time. They were pulling Todd out for nothing.
Yep.
And that was redonkulous. But it's okay. It happens, you guys.
We had fun.
It was still a good time.
It was a great time.
We got to spend our anniversary with you guys.
Yeah. Yes. And I remember just my cheekbones were hurting so bad when we were sitting on top of that hotel's rooftop. I don't even know what happened. I just remember being super happy.
The best part was the card y'all wrote from Todd for me that y'all put on the bed with the flowers. Do you remember that?
I remember it now that you mentioned it.
I have it somewhere.
Early onset of the dementia. I want to do some quick shout outs to Kieran Devon. Nice to see you in here. He also runs with Allie Remembered. Destiny Carolinas, BJ Baldridge. Hello. Terrence Twack, Destiny Army. You got to join us in 2023, Terrence. Hey, ladies, he says, hope y'all have been doing well. And we have been, because we've been thoroughly involved in this women's national X-Ball division. It's been quite the journey, hasn't it? Curtis Kearney, he says, how's it go, ladies? And then Sarah Staples is also in with us, who says hello. So welcome to all of you just joining us here on Facebook and also YouTube. And you can check out our website at destinypaintball.com for some previous recordings of our episodes. This is episode number 9. All right, so the topic of this podcast is about being not just a paintball mom, but a paintballer mom. And I remember watching Tami, my inspiration. She would bring her children. First of all, it was Tucker, right? And in the carriage, the stroller, and in between games, like we were playing 10-man back then, right?
Yeah.
Holy crap. Yeah. So let's rewind and let's talk about Todd's business at Extreme Rage, the store, when you guys were on Fowler, right?
Yep.
Okay, so did you guys start that business together, or did that business already exist because of his hobby?
No, we started it together. We actually started it before we got married. So 26 and a half years ago, we started it. He had the paintball field, and then with two other partners or three other partners. And then we started the store and then went from there. And then we started the Extreme Rage line together as well before we got married.
And I remember you guys also sold skateboarding product too.
Everything is skateboarding, wakeboarding, all extreme sports actually is what we did. Rollerblading, everything back then.
So Extreme Rage, the park also coincided with what the store was doing too, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
And we had like a half pipe built out the side of the store, stuff like that for the skateboarders. Yeah.
I remember walking in that store and not knowing what any of the guns were. I just knew they were paintball guns. And I didn't know the difference between like a die, and at the time was like probably Airgun Designs and the autococker. Had no idea. I don't even think die was there yet, right?
No, it wasn't. And we had Intimidators, we had Bob Long stuff. We had Automags. We had all the old school stuff. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so in the chat right now, Joshua Beeman says, holy crap, you're the Extreme Rage brand people. I owned one of everything in that line. And
it was the freaking bomb.
It was the freaking bomb. And I thought that Lori Turbyville made the logo, but I know she's an artist, but she didn't make that logo, right?
We had it made and it was supposed to look like Todd when he was angry. So it worked. It worked.
It totally worked, right?
Yeah.
And then unbelievable. So you didn't have kids yet. You guys had the business, then the field came after, right?
Mm-hmm. No, the field was there, then the store came, then we started the line during on that whole time. Yeah.
Well, and then Michael Wybrew, he is somebody that we share in common, and it was purely coincidental. Like I get to Australia and I'm looking on their paintball wall and I'm like, oh my God, I know him.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. We went there several times and played with them.
Right. Yeah. And so Todd Adamson, he started playing paintball when he was like, how
13.
old?
13.
In Kentucky, or was it
here in Fort Myers?
Fort Myers, Florida.
Yeah, there was a field off of 41 way back in the day, and then there was an indoor off of Fowler Street that he used to play at.
Oh
way
my
back
God.
Behind the Edison Mall. Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it. Well, and again, then you guys decided to have kids. Yeah. And so I remember, again, how challenging that was. And then also, I kind of remember even before you decided to start Femmes, that you're like not very fond of paintball. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I wasn't fond of it because it took him away every weekend. I mean, he was gone every Saturday, Sunday. He would either go to Miami or Tampa or Orlando or wherever, or to tournaments throughout the United States and sometimes the world. And I just got tired of it. I was like, you know what? This really sucks being home on the weekends and not having him here with me. So he's like, why don't you try and play? And I'm like, oh, that's so stupid. And then Mike Boogaloo, shot me for the first time. We were out at the field off of Durance, and he shot me right in the friggin' neck and tore me wide open. I was like, oh, you SOB, I'm going to kill you now. So ever since then, I was like, yep. But I was in like a tank top and short shorts, and I was like, and that's what I went out to play in. So
yeah, because it's hot in Florida.
Yeah, it's a little hot.
It's a little sweaty.
So it's just nasty. The heat radiating up off the sand was horrible. So I was like, yep, I'm going to play in this. And then he busted my neck wide open, and he went and hid in the woods for like 3.5 hours. He's like, she's going to kill me.
Well, and speaking of Boogie, he accidentally butt dialed me the other day, and I think he's going to be at Cup. So that's going to be cool to have him there.
He's
well, I want to kind of segue into how, Lynn and Jackie are listening in. Yes. But Monica, when did you meet Monica?
When did I meet Monty? God, when did I meet you, Monica? I don't even remember.
Oh, she's muted. There you go, girl.
2008.
Is that when I met you?
Yeah. No, later.
But
later, I met her later. It seems like forever. Yeah.
Because that's when I took the break in 2007 when Todd and I stopped playing for a while. For what, 5 years?
Much later. I don't even remember when, but it feels like
you guys,
long time.
Yeah. Right. And so, Monty, you help manage some of the Femmes, or probably a lot of it, because I see all the legwork that you're doing. And so now here we are, all of us that are in this podcast right now, all playing the women's national X-ball division in the NXL. And it's been such a journey for all of us, and we're still toggling, right? Because we're still doing mommy duty, and then we still have our earning positions, and then we're doing the paintball life, and it's very time consuming. And so, you know, Tami, when you were raising your kiddos, like you were still doing a lot of other things as well. And then kind of fast forward a decade later when Tia was on Dance Moms.
Yeah.
And then you're still, again, a huge part of Todd's life because he's still playing paintball, right?
Yeah.
And then Tucker too was getting involved. During that whole time too, like Monica, you were doing so much as well. So how did you, so I'll ask Monica this question. You started playing paintball. We were talking about it earlier. I started 28 years old, and you had mentioned it was at 29, but you had children that were 1 and 4 years old. Tell me about that. How did you start?
I wanted both my girls by the time I was 25, and I was 100% sure I didn't want any kids after 30.
Got it.
So I had a plan. So even if I didn't meet my husband or whoever, I was going to have 2 kids by the time I was 25.
And then your sister-in-law says, hey, I want to go play paintball. You want to come?
Yes. She was on steroids because she was sick. She had some rare disease and she wanted to go play paintball. So we went to play paintball. I had a ski gear on, all the puffy jackets and everything. And then I fell in love with it. And when she got off the steroids, because she got much better, she deserted me. And then I got addicted to paintball. So
I know. And it's been
since
every
then.
year since you've been so immersed. And New Jersey Jesters is one of the local teams that you've been with for a very long time. Thankfully, we had the opportunity to have you be a part of Destiny. And so I give you huge props and gratitude for that. And that's when Lynn also played with Monica, right, Lin Truong?
Yes.
Yes. Sisters in arms. And then coincidentally, too, Carla, who's going to be having her baby soon. She's a Femme Fatale. And she, again, it's just really cool to see, like, almost like the passing of the torch. Because, Tami, how old are your kids now?
Say that again.
How old are your kiddos?
No, that's going to tell my age.
No, it is not. No, it is not.
Who cares? You look amazing.
You do look, girl. You were so gorgeous. Like, come on, girl.
No, 20 years old, and Tucker's 20 and Tia's 8.
Dang, I can't even believe it. Yeah, it blows my mind. And so, are they still living at home now, or are they both?
Nope, we're empty nesters. Tucker is a pilot for a private entity in Kentucky, and Tia's up at school in Tampa at USF.
So as you were navigating through all of that, and you're like, finally, you're like, screw it. Thank you, Boogie, for shooting me. Now I'm going to have to play so I can get you back. You know what I mean? And so has that made your relationship better because now you and Todd have some quality time doing that paintball thing together? Is that right?
Absolutely. I mean, if you can do anything with the person that you love or that you care about, or anybody that you love or care about, it's going to make your life so much easier to be able to travel more and to be able to do things more. I mean, for people who don't share that passion or share a passion together, whether it be sports, fine arts, or even eating, because I like to eat. It's a sad thing because you don't get to share that experiences in life. And that's one thing that I will always cherish with him is I have got to share all that with him.
And so for all you paintball wives out there and or paintball moms too, like it might behoove you to do something, even if it's your child that's playing, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Get out there. I mean, even if it is your child, I mean, that's extra time that you may not have tomorrow.
Right. That's right. And so we'll segue into Monica now. Are your daughters still with you, or are they also out of the nest?
No, both of our girls.
No. I love that. I keep telling BB, like, you don't have to leave, you know.
Yeah,
like,
I know. We tell them they could go whenever. They could go whenever, but they're not leaving.
They don't want to. You've made it too many.
They're not leaving.
And so even as you, again, so your children, you started when they were 1 and 4, and how old are they now?
Cyan is 24, Sierra's 21.
And so they're pretty self-sufficient, right? So now they can
Yeah.
stay at home and house sit or dog
Yes.
sit. Same
Yes.
too, right, Tami? When you were in Chicago during Hurricane Ian,
I'm the
not
worst.
only was your adopted daughter,
we get-
Dianita, was there.
Yes.
We get the worst parent award for sending our daughter from Tampa. Hey, the hurricane's going to Tampa to Fort Myers, and here she is in the eye of the freaking storm coming in, and it just devastated our whole coast. I mean, it's just the worst mom award ever.
Oh my gosh.
It just made her stronger.
No, it did. It did. But
Good.
listening to her cry on the phone and get upset and MF me, and I'm just like, I'm sorry. I couldn't say anything more.
Yeah, but again, but they're obviously old enough to know what to do.
Oh,
They're
for sure.
still, you know what I mean? So it's not really bad parenting. But
No,
I don't think I didn't think Ian was going to hit that hard. You know what I mean?
Well, we didn't think it was going to hit here, just like Charlie wasn't supposed to hit.
Demolish the beach.
Oh no, it's Beatrice. You wouldn't recognize her.
I can't even.
Everything you knew and you grew up with is gone.
That's probably going to make me cry for sure.
So I don't want to cry right now.
Yeah. Well, Heather Lynn Moyer in our chat room says, I couldn't imagine not playing with my husband. I love that we share the love for the sport. And the same with you too, right, Monica? So when did Al start playing?
At the same time, we all went together. My sister-in-law and her husband, and Alfred and myself. We both started at the same time.
I think that's awesome because again, so many of the relationships like Tammy's, and they have husbands that play, and that's part of the reason why they're encouraged to play. But your situation is unique because you both played at the same time. So it wasn't like you were led, but you're like, hey, honey, let's go do this together.
Yes. And actually, he would rather stay home sometimes, but he goes because, I want to play. So
I know.
He's very supportive of anything I want to do. So I do appreciate it. I know I don't tell him, but I do appreciate it.
Right on. And so now we'll segue into Jackie. So Jackie, you're listening to all of this.
Yeah.
And how old are your little babies?
I have a 4-year. They just turned 4 and 2. So yeah.
I know, right? And Jackie does a lot of we were in Vegas at our first practice of the season, and she brought her whole family and her husband and her brother to help be the nanny of the children. Yeah. And I kept thinking, how are you doing this right now? Because lucky for me, I was able to leave the kids at home with Mike, and focus on the practice at hand. But tell me about that practice. Like, what were you feeling? Were you like, oh, snap? Right? Because it was pretty much you returned back to paintball now as a mom.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my last tournament with UB was 2012. And so I took a 10-year sabbatical, got married, and had 2 kids. And I was sick of not, I guess, that phase in motherhood where you're like, who am I? Like, your body goes through so many changes, and you just kind of get swallowed by this huge transition in your life to being needed 24/7 by others, and not a moment of your day is for yourself. And so I think that really paintball was something I could grasp as something that was a part of who Jackie was before she became a mom. And so when the WNXL announced they're doing, or the NXL announced they're doing the WNXL, and I creeped back into your DMs, B. I was like,
yeah,
I'm still alive. And it was basically like that. And then you let me come and play at Cup before the Vegas, and you let me come play the 3-man, and I just to dip my toes in, and so coming back to practice, trying out for a spot was a lot like how it was in 2008 for me. I thought I had very, very little chance of making the top 10, because at the 2008, I mean, that was like your kind of like your all-star roster, and a ton of really good girls came out in 2008, and I had to fight for that. But anyways, long story short, it was, intimidating to come back to practice and then having a bunch of kids and like worrying about the kids like annoying everyone else in the house. But my kids are they're pretty actually pleasant, and they don't throw tantrums, and
we have to give a shout out to your support system too, to kind of help you, and it's like with even Tami with mom and dad, and Todd's mom and dad at the time, rest in peace, Connie, I love you so much. But yeah, like if we don't have those support systems, even Monica, you can probably say the same, having those relatives to help us take care of our children so we can still do that, right? And then Lynn, for you too, how old are your little girls? Or you have one boy and one girl, actually.
One boy and one girl, 7 and 5.
Oh. The 2-year age difference. I love it. I love that.
And so Lynn not only does Destiny and plays with us on a national level, but Lynn also plays with DMG at Dave Baines's field. And so Lynn, tell me about your schedule. Like, you're a planner, I'm sure. Like, okay, I got the alarm set, I got my list out. Like, yep. Tell me about your day. Like, how do you manage it? And then when the weekend comes too, give me a little summary of that.
The day is pretty busy, and then I also plan like certain type of dinners, whatever makes it easiest to make. Then my husband usually likes his 5-course or 6-course meal, so I'm trying to like figure out. Okay, I got to do the steak.
Can you come to my house, please? I need that.
I know.
Lynn is a great cook. She's a great cook.
All I know is I know how to go.
Always make her cook.
Takeout or reservations. That's it.
Yeah, ditto. Like, yeah, or you're eating ramen,
Oh,
you make your own ramen.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. When I do the ramen, it's not regular ramen.
Yeah, you actually make the ramen with like from fresh, like you're churning it out.
But makes everything fresh.
Oh
yeah. Golly.
But wait, girls, when you go to World Cup, I got something planned for that.
I'm so excited.
You guys got to come over.
I'm crashing the Destiny house.
Yes, come on. Well, I keep thinking that we eventually need to find a hotel sponsor for all the WNXL teams, and all just be within one big hotel and just have total shenanigans, right?
Marriott.
I have a question from the comments. You know who Wolf is, right? And Wolf, welcome to the show. Very honored to have you, sir. And he asked, do all the significant others play? Very cool panel. Thank you very much. So
no,
yeah,
my husband doesn't play.
Why doesn't he?
He likes
He's
to
afraid to get shot
during the day. So he doesn't play, and I think it would have been too competitive. I actually had an ex-boyfriend who introduced me into paintball, and we played like maybe a couple rec games, and he started being very like, oh, you have to do this, you can't do that. And then later on, he then said, it's either me or paintball. And then I said, bye.
That's so awesome. Well, thanks to that boyfriend, and also to you as well for you committing to this. And then I'm just so enamored by who we have in here, because we're all connected, you guys. And if I didn't have Tami in my life and for her introduction, Destiny wouldn't exist. And so I'm constantly grateful for that. Monica has been a huge help in making Destiny also what it is. So Monica, I want to say a huge thanks to you as well. But what I love about what's happened is we've extended our arms out almost like the tree. We've rooted ourselves and we're growing, and all these different branches are occurring. And with the Femmes being involved again is huge for us because of the history of the team. By the way, for those of you that don't know, my very first team was Femmes. Like, again, the whole reason I even exist in paintball is because of that introduction. And so Yvonne Truong says, all of you moms give me hope that I'll get back into paintball. still figuring it all out now with a 1.5-year-old baby.
Aw.
Congratulations, Yvonne. And, you know, Yvonne also was a nanny for me, like at a
Oh.
World Cup event. And she helped take care of both Diane and BB when I would run around doing my paintball playing. Yvonne was there to make sure that the kids didn't get kidnapped, you know. And also Tami and Monica saved my butt last year when I wasn't even there for my own daughter during the 3v3 Ladies Open. And so her adopted mothers came to the rescue. And so again, now this year, though, I'm going to make sure that I'm there for her. Bad parenting right here. Yeah. I admit it. Slapping face now.
Kids survive all the time.
Yeah, they're so resilient, you know.
Very resilient. You know, falling down the stairs, you know, all that stuff. They survive.
They bounce.
They bounce.
Yeah, they bounce.
Right? And so Jessica Cortez, she's with Destiny Hawaii out of Maui Paintball. She says, woohoo! She's married, but I'm wondering also too, she's got a lot of adopted children too. Maui Misfit Minis are going to be coming out to play in the youth division. So very, very cool. Navek Drow says fire 100%. Emojis.
That's not his real name. I know.
That isn't. What is his real name, Jackie? Do you know it?
Yeah, but I don't know if he wants me to share it.
Probably not. That's probably why he's incognito.
Right.
Incognito.
And then Joshua says, you all sound like my mom. What's Joshua doing? Oh, he's in the backyard playing with the chainsaw. Oh, okay, just curious. Again, you know, mothering alone is not an easy job, but then trying to play paintball at this high level, like we literally are at this high profile level, you guys, and trying to do the best job at it. And so what are you guys looking forward to next as far as Jackie, like with your kids growing up? Are you still thinking that you can pull this off for another 5 years? Do you think it'll get easier?
Pull off paintball?
Yeah, just being committed to it. Like how?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a very go with the flow person, and I will do it for as long as it's working. Right now, yes, I can fit it in. Even if I'm not playing paintball, I love being a part of the team. So, I mean, I would just love to stay behind the scenes with you and, you know, help in whatever manner, you know, pod in the pits or something. I don't know, but like, so I just really do want to be a part of paintball. It doesn't necessarily have to be a player. But yeah, for as long as I'm, you know, well enough and healthy enough, and I would love to take full advantage of that while I can. So
right on. And I feel like it's something that if you really want something bad enough, you'll find a way to make time. Right. And so
yes.
for those of you even that are just paintball mom in it and you have a child that plays or even your husband plays, if there's a will, there's a way. And I think it could be a good thing like what Tami has done with the family, right? That was the Watson family back in the early 2000s. And now the Adamsons have kind of continued that tradition. I really highly recommend people consider playing paintball as a family.
Absolutely.
So now Joshua Beeman says the community is the best thing about paintball. Even when you get old and quit playing, you can always still be a part of the community. And that's 100% true. You know, like even with the podcast that we're doing here and just talking about the history and about what's worked for us, I think is super important for people to learn about. And then Jessica,
family.
It is a family, right? And I think even some of our own family blood members aren't as good as the friends that we've made in the paintball community, right? So, yeah. So Jessica Cortez shares, I'm so stoked to see all of you ladies on here at once. I want to share that the Destiny ladies of the 2015 and 2016 really inspired me to get into competing. And that's when Monica was on. So thank you, Jessica, for saying that. Well, like I said, you guys, Tami and Monica, I know it's getting late in New York. It's 9:02 p.m. where you're at. You guys, Femmes Fatales is forever going to be the only team, in my opinion, that really put women on the tournament scene mark. Now, granted, we had players like Karen Barber, right, Tami? And she played on the All-American. She was a pro player. So shout out to Karen. And who else?
What's his name's wife? Gardner's wife. I can't think of her name. Shit.
Yeah, it fails me.
Eludes me.
Yeah,
But them two were one of the first. They were the two first all-pro female players.
right. And there was a female team prior to the Femmes. It
Lady
was the
Tree-
Iron Maidens, right?
And Lady Tree Dancers, but they played woods mainly, and that's it.
Yeah, right. And so again, the Femmes really made a huge mark and totally opened the door and inspired and motivated so many of us to basically see what we're seeing in the WNXL now. And so now we're adding 2 more teams to the WNXL division. Monica, do you know the girls that are playing with Suricatos? Is that the name? How do you pronounce it?
Suricatos.
Suricatos. Okay.
Suricatos,
Tell me
yeah.
about them. Tell me about them.
They're all based out of Colombia, pretty much. I have played with Yeimara, and Diana Rojas was in Rabiosas with me. And I forgot the rest of the girls. They're gonna kill me. But we played in Colombia, and they're very, very nice, and they're very, very committed. Yeimara is extremely committed. She practices all the time, and I can't wait to see them. And I'm actually very excited for them to come over.
So do they all come from Colombia, or is it different parts of
There's some that are Venezuelan and some Colombians, if I'm not mistaken, and there's a couple of mixes, but I'm not 100% sure of everyone else. Yeimara is from Venezuela, and Diana is from Colombia.
Venezuela and Colombia. And so Venezuelans, the sisters, Carrie Blanco and Andreina, are both also from Venezuela as well. So it's really cool again to see that bridge come on over to the United States. And now that it truly is a World Cup when you can bring international players together like that. So the next question we have in the comment box is Keith Kaminsky. Hello, Keith. He's MDP, if I recall correctly. Where do you ladies see the state of women's paintball in 10 years when some of your daughters are ready to play? Ooh, good. That's a good question. So do you want to take that, Tami?
Well, since both of our daughters and Monty's daughter play, I feel that if it is growing at the rate that it's growing now, and as the WNXL wants to do is to take it into the Olympics, I feel that it will keep blowing up as it is. And
so there will be a constant progression.
Yes, yes. As long as there are as many women that are coming in each year to the sport that they are forecasting for them to be coming in, then I feel that it's going to just get bigger and bigger.
I agree. And I think too, it takes all of us, especially those of us that are in this podcast, plus the leadership in our committee, the WNXL committee, including the 2 new teams that are going to be coming. So not only is it going to be Suricatos, but it's going to be another team. What is the team's name?
Shield Maidens?
Yes.
Shield Maidens. And don't they consist of 2 different teams out of Europe?
Yes.
Yes. I believe Dracana and I forgot the second one. Amber's going to kill me.
Oh my gosh, it's Karma, right?
Karma.
Yes. So those 2 teams, both Anthrax sponsored BTW. Shout out to Anthrax.
But also,
yes.
as long as we don't just say, "Oh, hey, only go play X ball," women need to play all
everything.
Thank you for saying that. I'm so glad that you mentioned that.
They need to play 7-man. They need to play all forms of paintball. They need to play what Lynn plays all the time, the pump. Play everything. Get out there, learn everything, play everything. Don't just make yourself a one type of player like so many players do.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way we're going to keep growing the sport of paintball and with women in it.
Agreed. And
there's a lot of women who play scenario, a lot.
Yeah, a ton.
And they're, it's just having them cross over to the expo and everything,
cross over that fine line. But they see, oh my God, it's such a fast-paced sport. No, yes and no, it is. But you just have to take it and run with it. You have to activate your body to it.
And again, it takes good leadership, and so part of why we believe in the WNXL in its infancy stage, right? It's still a learning process for all of us to try to figure things out. But that's the objective. The main objective, even just within the WNXL and what we're trying to do, is to ensure that we're motivating, encouraging, but even extend it outside. Like we even talked about maybe even having a showcase where we have WNXL players just to play a scenario game.
Yes.
right?
Oh, why we never did that? I have no clue.
Well, we should just do it. We'll do a Femmes Destiny one. Like we'll just go represent.
Yeah.
You know, and again, I think that's super important. I think Wolf would agree. You know,
Yeah.
Greg Hastings and Alabaster Slim and some of the role players that really play a key part in that. Jackie, what do you think about that though? Do you like playing big games?
No.
No.
Oh,
I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry. I'm not a big fan, but I still win because Sierra, the little one,
Yeah.
that is the only paintball she will play. She
That she
doesn't
likes,
she
yeah.
doesn't like X-ball anymore.
Yeah.
But that is the only thing she'll play.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know, so
Yeah,
that would be a good thing. That if we
My husband
do it.
Maybe-
likes that form.
maybe we can get you to play LARPing, because there's also LARPing paintball.
No,
Listen.
no.
Why
Lynn.
not? It's great.
No.
You get to
No,
dress
Lynn.
up,
Like
carry
LARPing,
around some
like
bouncy foam
like
sword,
with a sword
and your
LARPing.
paintball gun.
No.
Lynn, stop it.
I've done
Sit
that.
down.
I've done
Stop.
the airsoft. I've done the scenarios, woods ball, pump. I mean, it's a lot of fun.
I just
Wait,
wanna
it's a
wear
real
the
thing.
outfit.
It's a real thing, Lynn. LARPing
What?
for paintball.
Yes.
What?
LARPing for paintball is a thing?
Yeah. What
You're
is it?
gonna have to
John
Google that.
Arcalo. John Arcalo, you know, AFPL guy.
Yeah.
He actually did one of those events, and I actually attended it.
Oh wow.
Well, that's freaking cool. Like it's
That is-
different and
that's
it's a
funny.
cross marketing opportunity. Jessica Cortez, so come to Maui and play Hawaiian Legends. Yes,
Ooh.
Hawaiian Legends would be amazing.
That'd be awesome.
And I will just bring my pump markers, so I'll just take my time playing the paintball.
I think
Have a
Lizzie
little
said
drink in
something.
between, you know?
I think Lizzie said something about having women in woods ball. We actually did the ICC last year with some of the heroines and, you know, some of us, and we did an all-female line. And, you know, it was a lot of fun.
It was a
Right
blast.
on. I do
Yeah.
recall and remember that. And I think
Mhm.
there's another gal, Lynn, you know her, Kathy Alvarez, I think is her name. And
Yes,
she's
with the Valkyries.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Mhm.
And so that's just kind of gives you an idea of the many facets and ways that you can participate if you're not really interested in doing the speedball format like Jackie loves. Because Jackie chooses not to play big games. Thank you. You know, so she'll let us
Like
do that.
people just ran. Anyone can shoot you in that. That's my stick with that. Like it's
That is a fact. Science shot
Yeah.
me right on the top of my head. While we were
You just-
together.
yeah. They could climb a tree and just like shoot down at you, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Paxton does stuff like that. So
Paxton will play any format. So he'll definitely do that. Well, that is freaking funny, you guys. Well, let's see what else do we see here. At Elizabeth, check out DestiNation scenario said you need. I don't know what that means. I'm scared to even share it. Oh, let's do this one. Like, yeah, let's show it. Says you need high temperature. Join me in the chat. Come on, don't be cold all the time. Have no idea what that means. Anyway.
I think that's.
Oh, I did want to answer Curtis's question. Go ahead,
Yes.
you can read that.
Oh, yeah. I got a 7-year-old with autism, said Curtis Kearney. He wants to join me at the field, but has a hard time with markers being loaded. Any tips? Or loud. Sorry.
Loud.
Yes,
Loud.
because that
Oh.
is, sorry,
Good.
that is
that's rough.
something that is a situation with many
Mhm.
autistic individuals.
Mhm.
And so
Yeah,
what's
it's,
in you guys?
It could be
Well,
sensory, so he could always get the little earmuffs because
Yep,
you know
Yeah.
that's how they go to the movies or just a regular outside in the city. They could just so that the sensory overload of the noise.
Is it like a
at
noise
least
canceling,
enjoy it.
right?
Mhm. Yep.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
instead of doing paintball, why don't you ease him into it, like do jelly ball, so he can first start him off with the sensation of feeling the jelly balls, understand, and
I
then
like
they're
that.
a lot less noisy, and
Mhm.
they hurt less. so
Indeed.
start him off with that, because I actually have a nephew who is autistic, and I plan to bring him and his friends who are autistic also to a paintball field and start, just start off small, like jelly ball, and then go from there, and then go into the paintball world.
I think that's a great idea, Lynn. And that's what I also like about the jelly ball pistols is because of its low impact.
I need
Very
to
good
get
ideas, you guys. And so
You should get them.
we
And
really,
also, if you read to them, like you make a social story about it, like to ease them into it before anything, this is what we're going to see, this is what we're going to do. And that helps them a lot.
right. And so, yeah, you definitely want to make sure that you're running alongside them and you're not just going to let them go, okay, have fun, with their headphones on, like, no, got to definitely go with. Well, very good feedback, you guys. And then let's see. Oh, and Super Game's another one. Have you guys ever done the Super Game one?
I have not, but I've always been meaning to go to what.
So it takes place on my 50th birthday. Maybe we should do Oregon Super Game, and I'll talk Anthony Fatale, and I'm getting old, girl. I'm getting old. But my mom taught me how to put moisturizer on when I was 11 years old, so I'm doing all right.
I just started putting moisturizer on.
Yeah, always good. Lather it on.
But she doesn't laugh or smile. Remember that.
I know. Don't make me smile, beat your ass. That's why a lot of Asians,
And
right, Lynn?
sleeps like
They'll all
this.
be like, no.
Don't smile.
See, I can make fun of it because I'm a half breed, so we're good.
Oh yeah, sunblock.
Don't forget the sunblock. I know. I don't go to the beaches much anymore.
You wear those big Asian brim hats that are like all the way out to here.
Visor. We're all gonna do that, and we're gonna like dress up in costume in May at Super Game in Oregon and frolic underneath the hazelnut trees. That'll be fun.
That would be fun. I would do that.
I would do that too. But again, let's talk to JD and Dave and Karen and Lori and Anthony, and let's kind of think of some way to cross market, like even try to do, like, I think we should do a Huntington Beach event again. Don't you think?
Oh, that would be so cool.
Wouldn't that be rad?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
just have the 10, hopefully we have 10, but wouldn't that be cool to have a beach event, maybe lay down some turf and just do the women's league, just one event, and a youth division. Let's just do women and children first. You know what I mean? Like that whole same concept of women and children first. So let's be the first ones to do it and then prove to Tom Cole that, yeah, it is a logistical nightmare probably to be on a beach again. But let's call Ron Kilborn and Chuck Hench. Maybe they can give us some.
Why not get it like on a stage set or something in LA
or Vegas and do something indoorish? That would be pretty rad.
That's harder for foot traffic. You want foot traffic. That was why Huntington Beach is so good.
Well, right.
That is so true. Well, very cool. Very good question. Does anybody else have any other questions in the chat? Let's see. Oh, hey, Elizabeth said something. Have y'all seen the airsoft that's in a speedball format? We could crush. Lizzie. Hello, Lizzie Souza.
Hello, Liz.
She's got her full name because she's on the Facebook and that's her name, full name. Exactly. But yes, Lizzie, that's not a bad idea. I know there is a brand called Speed QB where they're literally playing tournament airsoft. Same concept as you would play a paintball event. Yes, that's right. And so that's all. And I know John Arquia with AFPL, Lynn, he's actually doing a lot more airsoft lately than he is doing paintball stuff. And from a maintenance business perspective, it actually would be better to do something like that, All right, you guys. Well, I appreciate all of the great conversation and then just being able to kind of go down memory lane again. Tami, thank you so much for joining us. I know y'all are very busy. Same with you, Miss Monica. So anything else that you want to say to kind of encourage our paintball moms or anybody for that matter to give paintball a try?
Just get out there and try, and do it as a family. Like, I really do like the fact that now, and even then I got to travel with my girls. We got to go everywhere, and I get to go everywhere with Alfred, Well, now it's a little bit bad because he has to stay at work, but throughout all these years,
We're all
really
mad
did
at Al
keep
right
it
now.
together. I know we're all mad at him.
Al is
But
still at American Airlines.
yes,
Ah,
yes,
I love it. Thank you,
yes.
Al. That's like I miss my dad so much, but I still
And
got
you
that
know what?
American Airlines
There's,
jacket you gave me too, buddy. Thank you.
there's also times where he doesn't want to go, or vice versa, let's say, which is never, but where he doesn't want to go. And it's okay. You know what? The boys will come and pick me up. Definitely shout out to my boys for keeping up with me and dealing with me, picking me up and dropping me off when he doesn't want to take me, you know?
Right.
And just enjoy your time together because, like you said, you never know when it's going to be the last time.
So let's talk about Carla Andrade because she just is in the comments and she says, "I love you, girls. You're the best, and you're
Wow,
great
love you, sis.
person." So, how many months pregnant is Carla now, Monica?
I am maybe 5, 6. Well, the baby's due in January.
She's 26 weeks now, I
Yes.
think.
The baby's due in
Wow.
January.
Somewhere around. But also, all the women need to understand that, playing like, oh, I can't play because I'm pregnant or whatever, or playing right after, you can play, I
Follow
did it.
Carla's page.
Yeah.
Like literally, she is showing the
She's
success.
full working out at this time.
Still
Like
working out.
a few times a day.
Yep,
She
yep, she
swims, and she's gonna have see, she's
27
27
weeks.
27
Wow.
Woo, girl. Dang.
And she will be back at the field as soon as she pops out that baby girl.
As soon as we can get that kid out, she's back on
Yep.
the field.
We're babysitting
back.
too, Carla, so you have no excuses. We're here for you.
Carla,
That's the only reason
don't-
why I was able to come back
Yeah.
so quick after they were 2 weeks old, because I had a full system of people.
Mm-hmm.
You
The
really
whole
did.
reason why.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had such a great family. We still have a huge family, right? And so, but I do remember everybody took turns holding Tucker.
And like whoever said earlier about the comments about paintball being more than your blood family, it's true. Because I can call a paintball player at any time. I can't say that for much of my family.
But
Right.
Carla's smart. She didn't do what I did when I was actually approaching 6 months, and then pregnant, and I actually played the PSP event in Riverside, and I was the one for the snake. And when you have to dive into the snake, you want to dive sideways. Don't dive in front of your belly.
Yeah, because of the
Dive
booty.
You're gonna go sideways.
Right.
I always played back. Always played back. I was 8 months pregnant playing back. I'm like, there's no way.
Oh,
I remember.
Okay, no, the best one was Atlantic City. It was come down to the family aftershock, and I was the last one on the field, and they all freaking shot me. I'm like, oh, you're all dead. You're all getting ice in the water.
Oh, I remember that.
Yes, you're all dead.
I remember that. Mhm.
You can't play snake when you're pregnant, girl. Mm-mm. No.
well, we took second place.
Oh well, it was meant to be. Then you did your job well.
Well, I think it's because if I crawled faster, we would have gotten first.
Oh
Yeah. This is true though. I'm the same Ninja Lynn. I know.
Yeah,
And I even remember I got pregnant at Huntington Beach. Thank you, Mike Paxson, 2012, when we decided to bring Destiny back. And then I had to have Kat Secor and Lynn basically carry the torch because of Diane's birth and how crazy. Tammy, you lived with it. Were
was
with
that
me.
in the parking lot, or not the parking lot?
No.
But, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. But there is. You know what I mean. Oh, God. That sounded so bad.
And anyway,
As
then I
long as it's not
remember
the
being at
porta potty,
Extreme
you're
Range.
good.
Everybody's like trying to give me advice, like, girl, you shouldn't be playing. But look at Carla. I could have been playing the whole
I've
time.
been playing the whole time.
Well, listen, you guys, I could talk to y'all forever. I can't wait to see you guys at Cup. It's going to be awesome.
Yes. You guys.
My prayer is that it's Femme Fatales and Destiny top 2. Let's go. Top 2 finals.
Absolutely.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be dope.
That'd be so dope.
It would be.
I can't say thanks enough, and I constantly give gratitude to y'all. And so with that said, follow Femme Fatales, you guys, on Instagram and Facebook. Also, their website is femmefatales.com.
FemmeFataleTV.com.
Here, let me tell. Hey,
No, my
hey,
brain.
producer,
Listen,
check
my
that
brain
out.
is so fried right now with everything going on here. I'm surprised I remembered this tonight.
I am so thankful too, because you do lead a very busy life. And so shout out to Mr. Todd Adamson
We
too.
forget everything at this age, you know. Look at me yesterday. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I thought it was
I know.
yesterday. I was like, I missed it. Sorry.
I was like,
I was
wait,
like, no, it's
it's
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Tuesday, I think. No, literally, I've had to ask people the date and what day is it? What date is it? For the past 3 weeks. Like I have had not a clue.
Lynn, do you have that problem?
A
Do you have
memory?
dementia moments?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah. Jackie,
My-
Lon,
our Wi-Fi
is it
doesn't
baby brain?
It's real. It's a real. I thought it was an excuse, but then I realized it was real.
No, it's mommy brain.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
look,
real.
the bird is on.
Oh, Tia's in here. Hey, squad.
Hi, Birdie.
Dude, I'm such a good parent. The office door is locked, and literally my daughter's standing downstairs in the dark waiting for me to unlock the door.
This is what I'm dealing with. These things right here.
I'll be right there.
That's so funny. Oh
We
Lord.
live in Montana, though. It's pretty safe here. Well, Tia, I'm so thankful to see her playing too, man. It's so great. And
Me too.
again, you guys check out the Instagram. I quickly made a song by Megan Trainor about moms. And it was it was fun to make in like 10 minutes. Like it takes me forever to make those things. But it's really cool to see how we as moms are still trying to play at our highest level and do as much as we do to influence others in a positive way. So kudos to you guys. You guys are really making it work. Hey, what's up, Tami? I know you want to say something.
I think being a mom makes you a better player too, because you can handle situations better.
I agree. And for a moment there, I was very resentful. I told Monica I was going to talk about this in the green room, but I resented Mike so much because he was still playing pro paintball.
Yeah, and
I was still out to here, and then gained. God, I was 138 and gained close to 85 pounds. Right. I don't you say it. And Jackie, right? Jackie, you can relate, like, holy wow.
Huge. Yeah.
My boots are so big, you know?
Yeah, they were hitting me in my face when I'd walk.
Yeah, it changed your whole body composition, you know, but we still managed to say, no, we're not giving up. We're going to come back and we're going to play. And so that's a huge testimony for all of us, especially you too, Lynn. I remember I heard a story too about Lynn, how this guy was like, Lynn used to give me a hard time because I had kids, and then she had kids, and I'm like, yo, Lynn, where you at? You know? So Crystal Hancock said, that was me. I did not understand this game as a sport. Took my daughter's complete resilience and love for this sport to make me love it. Thankfully, because of our girls, this sport is getting much higher recognition. Well, thank you, daughters. See, now that's another really cool segue or story to share about how now a daughter is encouraging her mom to play. So all you females out there with moms that aren't playing, get your mom to play. I bet you'd be pleasantly surprised where you get your talent from.
Now next. Now
you see,
fun.
What's that, Monica?
You see what Lynn did when, she didn't have any kids. She was like, oh, well, you got to be at practice. Guys also go through that, because I am with, the boys. A lot of them didn't have kids before, and sometimes we would say, oh, we can because we got to do the family thing with the kids. They were like, oh, just bring the kids. Sometimes we needed to do other stuff. And now, because, they are older now, they were much younger. They sometimes have kids. And now I get to bother them. I'm like, oh, how come you're not at practice? Okay. Yeah.
What happened?
Now I get to say that.
Oh my gosh.
Because now they have responsibilities, got to pay bills, house, take care of the kids, a wife,
Indeed.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well, Max at Bunkered Media, thanks for your help with this too. If you can do a quick check on the Femmes website, because I think you guys you're getting a lot of your social media stuff done. But again, I want to make sure that people totally go and follow y'all, because again, you guys are making huge strides for us. All right. So, all right, guys.
Social media, though.
Yeah, I know.
I've always been, that.
I know, girl. I know.
Yes.
Impressive what you do
used to give me the talks. Monica, you need to post. You need to post.
Oh, yeah.
The other thing.
We're going to sell stuff.
The other thing that you guys, I think you guys are really lucky that you have spouses that play paintball, so
Absolutely.
they understand it.
Mhm.
I actually have people who come up to me and say, "How do you make it work?" Because my wife hates paintball, or my wife doesn't want me to come play and all that stuff. And I just tell them that you got to also give the time to your spouse.
Yep.
You know, maybe
Yeah.
bribe them with sex or something else. You just got to give them something.
I know.
So then they don't feel
Now
left
we
out.
know. Now we know.
And then, always before a tournament, give them at least 2 days of it in a row. Exhaust them out, so then that way you can actually go play. And
This is truth, though. Like Lynn,
Days, Lynn.
coming to our practices, she's like, "Okay, I can make this work. I know how to do this."
I gotta travel this weekend. We're gonna ump it up to 3.
We gotta pump it up.
Oh, Jesus.
Al's very happy. Monica is probably giving him like 5 before a tournament.
Girl.
I know. Well, and again, you always see the fellas post these things about like Mike posted something the other day. I don't know. It was like some karate thing where this man was beating up this girl on the karate
I saw that.
because she spoke up about him or her not wanting him to go fishing. So I'm like, wait a minute, like what? What about if it was reversed and like Lynn wants to go play paintball? She'll
Exactly.
get a smack down on her. Like,
Yep.
oh my God, Daniel is in here. He said yes.
Oh,
God bless us paintball husbands. Yes, sir.
No.
You deserve all the blessings. Yes,
Yes.
my poor husband
Daniel
as well.
definitely does. We gotta thank you, Daniel. He puts up with me when Alfred doesn't go there because Todd does not take care of me right. Yeah.
He can barely take care of
Todd is
himself.
the worst. Todd is the worst filling husband ever.
Yes.
Oh my
Ever.
gosh.
Yes.
I know. I think I
Daniel
burnt
is
Mike
best.
out. He's like, I'm not packing your gear bag anymore. Like we literally talked about this the other day, and I made BB pack my gear bag for practice this past weekend. I'm like, BB, help me. I don't want to pack it. She's like, well, Mom, Dad used to tell me how you used to like pack your gear bag all the time. You just didn't appreciate him, so he just stopped doing it. I was like, well, that's why I married him, because he was my paintball like mechanic.
And he's your paintball bitch.
I know. I love you guys
I
so
have to
much.
do it all myself because otherwise it won't get done.
I hear
That
it.
is true. If she does not do it,
Sounds
I
like,
know.
hey, got this. I'm like, no, I didn't pack your gear bag. That's your job.
Yeah,
Pack mine.
that's me to Mike. Like, did you pack my goggles? Did you? He's like, what? Everybody needs a pit crew. That's right, Joshua.
Alfred is still really good because what was it? Maybe the last 2 practices I packed myself. I ended up with
She forgot stuff.
I had no goggles. I had no goggles.
Oh
Oh,
my gosh.
Yes.
Hey, you don't even know. Navik says, dang, this webcast is lit. I can only imagine when y'all ladies are together. Yeah, you don't want to see that.
Yeah.
no,
Maybe
we're very,
you do,
very,
because it's
we
Lex.
just trade recipes.
Lynn is the
we-
worst. Lynn is
we
the
don't-
worst.
No.
Lynn's the worst.
Yes.
She is.
You see her
She does
nice and
shady stuff
quiet.
all the
She's
time.
like
Oh,
an
she-
undercover.
That's not-
Mhm.
That's such a
Oh my gosh. That is awesome. Well, you guys, that's all the time we have. I could go on, like I said, forever. But we should do another one pretty soon. Maybe get some of the heroines in here with the
That'd be
cheetahs
fun.
and the vibe.
That
and
would
we'll
be great
kinda-
because we have some great stories with those girls.
So cool. And again, the beauty of our division, in my honest opinion, I don't really see a lot of the traditional pro teams hanging out the way that we do. And I think that's what makes us so unique. And that truly is the real power and the reason why women in paintball's growth will continue. So high five to all you teammates right here in this room. And this can, oh wait, Kylie Pineapple says, on the contrary, I cannot wait to see y'all at Cup. Yes.
Oh, you're going?
Pineapple, she had a condition where she
nice.
couldn't
Oh,
get
that's
shot by a paintball. But I think I need to call her and maybe get her on the show to talk about her story, and find out why she's able to play again. So that's all the time that we have right now, you guys. Thank you for joining us on DestiNation Paintball, the podcast show brought to you by Destiny and Friends. And
Thank
so
you, guys.
shout out to Femmes Fatales. Please, you guys, watch the WNXL. It's going to be a broadcast brought to you by Go Sports Paintball, right, you guys? Or is it just the NXL? Irregardless, it's going to be on the internet. So please check that out at nxlpaintball.com. And again, thanks to you guys for being a part. And then so now Bunkered Media, just run a commercial as we segue out of here. And thanks to you guys. Just stand by. We'll see you guys in the green room. Talk to you guys again soon and see you at World Cup.
See you.